Hey guys, Rodney here. Just want to continue our discussion on the mindset that you've got to have if you are going to be an entrepreneur that gets to his or her goal, okay? We're talking about, like we said the last time, you've got to get this right. And it's so important. I'm over here right now at one of the bookstores that I like to go to here in Pasadena. And hopefully you have a bookstore that you've identified that you can go to get inspiration. But guess what? You may say right now, well, hey, I don't have a bookstore. Well, hey, is there a library close by? Do you have a library card? I want to encourage you to get one if you don't, because we've got to go to work on the mindset. There are free resources there. There are free resources everywhere that we can start using to train this. What I'm saying is that we've got to literally train this mind. And if we don't train this mind, you don't get what you need to get. You don't get to where you want to go. This has to be trained, which means that we've got to feed it. What do we feed it? We're going to feed it the type of information that's going to make us a better, a stronger, a more determined you. Okay? So part of what I'm saying is we've got to feed this mind, and we've got to grow this mind, and we've got to grow a new you that's mentally tough, that's mentally determined, that's more persistent, that's more determined, that's growing, that's learning, that's getting new information inside of it. So here's what I had to do, okay? Here's what I had to do when I started going to work on me. And let me just tell you about me. I can tell you about me. What I had to do when I started going to work on me, I started looking at the areas of my life and said, okay, great, what do I need to do to be this entrepreneur that's going to get to where he wants to go? A few things had to happen. I had to shut the tube. I had to stop letting things simply entertain me, okay? I had to become informed. I had to know what it was that was going to help me to go to where I wanted to go. So part of that was becoming more mentally tough because I had some setbacks, and I said, great, how do I deal with the setback? How do I overcome that? And so I started listening to a number of speakers. I'll tell you about a few of the speakers that I listened to, and maybe some of those will encourage you as well. But I started listening to a number of speakers. I started listening to people like Jim Rohn, who really helped me. Jim Rohn. I also started listening to people like Earl Nightingale. I started listening to people like Les Brown. I had other thought leaders that were in the marketplace that were teaching me and helping me to learn things about how to do marketing, okay? I started listening to experts in that. And if you don't have some experts in that area, what I'm gonna suggest you do, in addition to the stuff I'm gonna be sharing with you, I'm gonna suggest that you go to YouTube. And when you go to YouTube, just sit there and type in marketing, how to market whatever it is you're trying to market. In our case right now, you're an entrepreneur. You've got to learn how to market online, how to market offline. What are the things you need to do to market it in social medias, okay? So we want to learn all of this. We want to become students of this. And again, this is a different type of mindset than most people have. Most people have a mindset, and you may have a mindset right now that's very similar. Hey, somebody gives me the check at the end of 40 weeks, okay? That is the mindset of an employee, which is completely different than the mindset of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur has a mindset that says, hey, this doesn't, it's almost like when you're an entrepreneur, if you don't do it, it doesn't happen. If you don't make it happen, or delegate to make it happen, or pay someone to make it happen, it doesn't happen. So that's why you, my friend, are going to have to really go to work and put some things into motion to make things happen. So we're working on the mindset that is a different mindset for you, that has this strong, determined mindset that says, okay, great, I got to work on it. So here's what happens. In the morning, you start your morning off by listening and putting in good information. Now, what I do is I have my books that are on right now my phone. I listen to audibles. Now, there are other ones out there, but that's the one I choose to listen to, and I have all of my books there, and I will listen to 30, 40 minutes or an hour of something, okay? So find something to listen to in the morning time. In addition to reading your vision, your mission statements, and things of that nature, we also want to make sure that we get those books and that information in so that we can start changing the way we think about different things, okay? And the next thing that I do after getting my mental mindset right, I'm thinking about, hey, what's that day looking like? And going to work on that, okay? So again, this may be a mindset shift. You may just be thinking currently, hey, Greg, just go to work. No, it's not just about going to work. This is about now, you're a business owner, and you got to think like a business owner. You are the president and CEO. Even if you're just doing freelance work right now, you still are the president and CEO of you. So we've got to think differently here, and we got to position ourselves differently here to create the brighter days that you're wanting that's going to be ahead, okay? So let's continue on. Let's continue kind of talking about this, and let's look at what we got to do, okay? Let's look some more at what we've got to do right now to get you where you want to be, okay? So we're going to work on the mindset. Now, in the evening time, we want to also be getting information in. So I'm throughout the day, I'm very intentionally changing a channel on things that are not serving the purpose. Now, what are those things that don't serve the purpose? Things that don't serve the purpose are the things that are not getting you closer to your goals. So you want to ask yourself, is what I'm looking at, is what I'm consuming, is what I'm doing helping me to move forward to accomplish my goal? If the answer is no, then we need to think about shifting that. And here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can't have downtime, okay? I'm not saying no downtime, but I'm saying your downtime time that you have should not be occupying the majority of your time. And I'm talking about, like, people start talking to me about 4 and 5 hours of downtime, and those 4 or 5 hours, we multiply that times 5, that's like 20 hours in a week. And so that downtime is really gonna make you down, okay? It's making me down even thinking about it. So we don't want to do that. There's time to rejuvenate, but in the time when we're not rejuvenating, we should be working our game plan. Again, we want to get this mindset. Now, I told you that I was going to tell you about one book, one resource that I would use right now to help me to get to where I was trying to go, okay? And let me tell you which one I would use. One of the first ones that I would start out with, especially as it relates to business, I would start out with Think and Grow Rich. It is a classic book that has been written by Napoleon Hill, and it is a very powerful book, okay? I can't overemphasize the importance of this book and the groundwork that it's going to lay for you to get to where you want to go. So I'm suggesting that you read it. I'm not only suggesting that you read it, I'm suggesting that you reread it and that you reread it, okay? And go back from time to time to different sections of it. But most important, not just simply reading it, but doing what it's saying do, and not simply skipping past the things that he's going to be challenging you to do. Because here's the deal. He's gathered insight and information that's helped. I can't even tell you how many people this has helped. This has helped millions and millions of people have used this book as the go-to resource to help them to achieve their goals and dreams. And it's really a seminal work that a lot of the other works that are even contemporary works have been built up on that work. It was like the first of its kind when it first happened. So you want to read that book, and you want to digest that book and go through it and let it continuously rework you and help you, because it's going to make you a more persistent and more determined person, okay? So again, these are just some talks that we're having to get your mindset where it needs to be. And this doesn't happen overnight, but if you will go to work on yourself, you're going to be amazed at what's going to happen to you, because you're going to be a different person. Even if you look back just a few months from now, you're going to be a different person, because when you start moving in this direction and start changing things are going to change for you for the better. So my encouragement, my friend, is to be brave, be bold, be brilliant, take charge of your life, and let's make some changes.